So this is a complete and utter chaos my apartment living room was before. I had to do a reset, and here's how I organized it. I started with the floor. I need to actually clear space on the floor so I can actually have enough space to move things around and figure out where things are going to fit the best. I did it in like the corner of the room just to start there because there is a lot more floor space in this living room. So I picked up stuff like clothes and bags. I even have an oven mitt there, one of those hot pads you put food on. Not sure why that's in my living room, but it was. I went ahead and picked that up as well. And I do have a laundry basket in the middle of my living room, which I'm not sure why it's there because it doesn't really have clothes. So all that stuff that doesn't belong, I actually picked it up and moved it to somewhere else so then I can actually work with the floor itself. Now, I'm at my entertainment center and I see all these different Blu-rays and DVDs I have there that just make it look a mess. It just looks jumbled up and really cramped up. So I just want to get those all out of the entertainment center and put them in these boxes that I have. This box is really cool because it's a storage organization box, but the cool thing about it is it has a window so you can see everything inside the box so you don't have to really open it up. And this is a good thing because that way I always know what movies are in that box, and also like how many movies are in that box as well. And so it just makes it easy really to find whatever movie, whatever DVD I'm looking for, even if something's behind something else. I generally am putting things to where they relate it together, the movies that are related together, and that makes it really easy to figure out all these movies are this action genre or this romance genre or whatever, and then I can go through and find the movie that I want. And the movies I don't want to watch all that much, I put them in the back, so that makes it really easy to find what I actually want to watch as well. Now, I have a lot of these different boxes that I'm actually going to put movies in. I'm going to speed this up a little bit so you don't have to watch me do all the different boxes and everything of all the different movies because there are a lot of them. And so what I'm going to do is put all these things in here, and it's going to really clear up my entertainment center. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the entertainment center next, but at least once I get all these done, it will look a lot cleaner and better just to have those DVDs and Blu-rays out of there. And what are some of your favorite movies and DVDs that you have? You can see I have a wide variety here with like Born Identity, John Wick, Princess Bride, some cartoons as well. I just watch a variety of things, so let me know what your favorite movies or shows are that you have DVDs and Blu-rays of, and how do you actually store them? Is it something like this or something different to keep track of them so you know where everything is and can find them really easy? If you want these different boxes, these different storage organization boxes with the little window on the front, I'll put it in the description and you can go to that link and find these and purchase these. But you can use any type of boxes, but I recommend ones that do have the window on them because it just makes it easier to see what's inside those different boxes. And the cool thing is, we're making actually a lot of progress, and that's a good thing. Progress is always good. The more I actually do this, the more I see it actually coming together and looking a little bit more organized, or at least not as chaotic as before, because all these were kind of jumbled up and just so crunched together, and I couldn't find anything just by the way they were. So, this is a really good solution as to have a different way to store my DVDs and Blu-rays so it's easy for me to get to them and find the movie I actually want to watch. It's just frustrating to me when I can't find the movie that I actually want to watch or the show I want to watch, and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I have it somewhere, and then I have to go look through everything to actually find it. So this just makes it a lot easier when you have these different little storage organization boxes to help you along the way. And I also have some video games here. Not sure what I'm going to do with them. I don't play that many. What video games do you play? If you do play video games, I'll figure out what to do with them later. Have these other movies and Blu-rays and DVDs that do come with these different boxes. These are like superhero things that I like to watch, and they have different little figurines and stuff that are collectible that come with them. So I have those. They take up a lot more space. So I have to figure out what to do with them. I have some stuff on this entertainment center that I'm not sure what to do with. And so I'm just going to pick that stuff up and put it to the side until I am ready to figure out where it actually needs to go. But I do want to get it off the top of my entertainment center so I can figure out what I'm going to do with that as well, whether I want to move it or at least clean it, and then figure out if there's something else I want to put on top of it as well. That will be a good thing, just to have all of that stuff on off the entertainment center so it's clear for whatever else I need to use that space for. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this old game system that I have. I don't play it anymore. It just was sitting in the entertainment center. I don't know where I'm going to move it to or if I'm going to put it back in the box or whatever. This thing right here is the Connect that went to the Xbox One. Nobody ever used this thing anymore. They thought it was a gimmick where you can go and stand in front of it and move and it'll track your movements. Just wasn't used for anything. And so I still have it because I got mine on day one, but it's not useful. It's just a piece of junk that just sits in my entertainment center and never gets used. Still not sure what I'm going to do with the actual system yet, but I will figure it out later and figure out where I want to put it or if I want to give it away, donate, whatever I actually want to do with it. I'll figure out that along with these games right here, what I'm going to do with the games as well. And now that the entertainment center actually has nothing in it or nothing on it, this is great because now I can actually clean the entertainment center. I do have a digital antenna because I cut the cord to cable a long time ago. I just got a digital antenna and then I got some streaming services, and that's all I need. I haven't had cable for about 15 years now, and so I just think it's a great thing. Now, what I'm going to do is actually just wipe down everything in the entertainment center on top of it, all the levels, all the shelves, everything in the entertainment center is going to be wiped down because I don't want to be dusty for anything else I might put in there on top of there. I want to make sure that it's clean. I also don't want to have any dust or dirt or anything. If I decide to move this to somewhere else, then I won't just be transferring something that's dusty into another place and making that place dusty as well. So wiping down everything on here and inside the entertainment center is crucial for me to make sure it is clean to when I do decide to move it or use it for something else as well. And you may be thinking, this is a small entertainment center that I'm actually cleaning up here. And you would be right because in apartments, a small apartment, everything in your apartment needs to be small and compact. And this is why I chose this entertainment center. Small, compact, can be put a lot of different places and makes it easy to move as well. But even on this wall you see here, it takes up a lot of space and everything looks more cramped with it being right here. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it here or move it somewhere else. I'm probably going to end up moving it to somewhere else just to make it look more spacious on this wall in this corner and everything. But for right now, it's there. I have to clean it up and make sure that it's clean before I move it to somewhere else. And now that the entertainment center is all clean and wiped down, I'm going to actually move stuff off this floor. I got my humidifier here that doesn't actually serve a purpose because I never use it. It just takes up space. I'm probably going to give it away. I have to do something with these books and get them into a place that's more orderly and doesn't look like it's just cramping the wall and making the actual room look a lot smaller. And this thing that I have the books in is just really not good. It's not sturdy. Even though you put it together, it's modular and everything like that. You can put them into like two or three and attach them and everything like that. It's kind of a DIY thing that you put it together and figure out how many boxes you want everything. It's just not very sturdy. I don't think in the way that I need to be sturdy. And also, it just doesn't look real good being up on the wall there. And the thing about it is, it's just taking up space, and that space that I could actually be using for something else or actually free up that space to make the room feel more open. And I'd rather have the room feel more open. So I'm actually going to take this box down and get rid of all the sides and thing and just disconnect it and probably store it somewhere to make sure that if I need it again, then I can use it, but I don't foresee myself actually needing it again. But I will store it just in case. But as you see here, it's really easy to take apart. There's just not much to it. You take the ends off and then you just pull the rest of it off, and you see it just fell completely apart there really easily. That's why I don't really like this thing. I don't really want to use it anymore. I want to get probably an actual bookcase or put my books in a bookcase that will be a much better, much more sturdy experience, and probably is going to look better too. Even if it's on the wall and taking up more space vertically, it will just look a lot better. On the windowsill here, these things I'm picking up here are just the hooks that you put around your windowsill to actually hang up Christmas lights. I'll get some new ones. These are ones that I used last year, and I just never actually picked them up and got rid of them because they were on the windowsill. I kind of just forgot they were there, but I'm going to actually pick these up and get rid of them and throw them away as well. and clean up that whole windowsill area to make it look more nice and everything, and wipe it all down and everything like that. It looks just much nicer, and that it looks like there's more space there just all together because that stuff has been moved. And I have a lamp there that I'm going to move because that lamp actually takes up space and makes it look a little more cramped as well. And so once I move that lamp out of the corner, then you see that there's more space for me to actually have things there in the corner. I do want to actually get everything up off the floor. Now that I moved that stuff, I'm going to vacuum around that area and make sure that nothing is really on the floor there anymore. That floor area is clear and clean and ready to actually put something else there if I need to put something else there as well. And then I'm going to take all these actual boxes for all the different videos and DVDs and Blu-rays that I have, and I'm just going to line them up on the wall. And it just makes it really easy to have those things there and see which videos are which. And then I just decided that I don't like them on the wall right there. I'm actually going to move them to the other wall. Maybe they look better there. And I do have this table that's right there next to them. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that as well, but it's there. I might put something on it. I might move it. I did cover it with a sheet to make it look nicer and better than what it is, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the table quite yet. And I just decided I didn't need the table at all and just decided I was going to move the table somewhere else. As you see right here, I did get a bookcase and some of my books are already there. And instead, because I put the books in there before and wanted to move it, I didn't want to sit there and pick it up. So I'm just going to slide it kind of that way to put it on my wall and make it look a little nicer. I think it looks a lot nicer to have this bookcase there instead of that thing that I had been before. And this is really cool because it gives me an extra place to put all my books, have this extra space. And so what I'm going to do is actually fill this bookcase up with the books that I had in that actual organization box, that wire thing that I had. I'm going to take my books and actually put it in this bookcase, and it's going to look a lot better having these books in there instead of having them in the thing I had them in before. And I can kind of organize my books the way I want them to as well, kind of put them in the order that they need to be in or put them in sections that relate to each other. And I do have a lot of different books, like from all different style of books. I have school books that I had when I went to school. I have different Bibles, different like concordances, different things that are like Christian living stuff, which is a lot of what my books are, and just whatever else that I need at the time that I thought that would be a good read. Have all those books. I'm going to actually put them all in this one bookcase. This may not look like a big bookcase to some people, but it is a pretty big bookcase to me because, again, living in a small apartment, have to have a small, compact kind of thing. And this is a small, compact bookcase. Doesn't take up a lot of space and it's easy to move around. Even if there are books already inside the bookcase, I can still move this thing around pretty easy or slide it if I have to slide it. And that makes it one of the best things for me to have in my apartment. And I'm taking advantage of all that space on my wall I really don't use anyway. So taking advantage of vertical space because of the way the bookshelf is designed. And that is a really good thing that's going to help me organize my apartment more. And then I can use the top of the bookcase to put something on top of it well, as long as it's not just really a heavy thing to go on top of the bookcase. I can put something up there and use that as well as another place to have something and keep it organized. And I'm just curious, what kind of books do you like to read? Do you like science fiction, fantasy, historical, whatever kind of books you like to read? Let me know in the comments because I'm always looking for good books to read, but I'm just curious as to what you all like to read out there as well. And now all the books are in the bookcase. It looks a lot better, I think. It looks like it's more organized. It takes up the space vertically instead of horizontally. So it gives me more space along the wall and it actually takes up the space I'm probably not using on the wall as well. And the cool thing about this is because this bookcase is sturdy enough, I can actually put a lamp on top of the bookcase as well. And where this bookcase I think is going to be located, I'm not sure I'm going to keep it right there. I'm probably going to move it over just a little bit, but it's going to be in a place to where it's in a central location to where all the light from the lamp can kind of shed over the whole room. And that's really cool. The other thing about this lamp that I have a color changing bulb inside the lamp. I'm not gonna turn it on so you can see it, but it's color changing. So I can make it green or blue or red, whatever color I want to actually make the bulb as well too. So that's gonna be a really cool feature to have that lamp there in that location so that I can change the color of the room just by actually using my phone and switching the color back and forth. And as I said, I was gonna move this over some because it just needs to be more space on that wall. And so I think this is gonna be better. And you saw me kind of slide it catty corner to get it over there. I'm not picking up this thing with all the books inside it. So better to slide it, easy to slide it on my apartment carpet here instead of having to pick it up. And that just makes it a really good way to actually do that without having to strain to move it over. I'm gonna actually put my digital antenna on here too as well because it makes it a really easy place to put it. And with a digital antenna, you have to kind of put it up a little bit so it actually gets a signal. So this is a pretty good height to have it as well too. And it looks okay on there with the lamp as well, so it doesn't look like it's a mess as well too. I decided to move the boxes again because I think they look better over here. And the cool thing about this is having the bookcase here, the other entertainment center I have here, and these boxes, they cover all the cords for all the devices that I have that just look a mess if you see them. And so this is a way to hide them. And I just think stacking these boxes on top of each other is a good thing. So when I was trying to find a bin that I could use in my apartment, I decided to get bigger bins because of the fact I knew I might have a lot of stuff to store in them. In this case, I just had a lot of hangers to store in the bin. I didn't realize how many hangers I had before looking in this bin really recently and seeing there are just way too many hangers in this bin. I'm never going to use all the hangers that I have in this bin. I even took some out of this bin and put them on my closet, hung some clothes up, and this is the surplus after the fact. You can see I'm just having these hangers and they're falling all over the place as I'm trying to put them in this bag. But I'm going to use this bin for something else, whether I put books in it or an old computers or anything else I have that I don't really need to have access to. I'm going to put into this bin instead because that way I can free up space somewhere else where something is taking up space that I don't need all the time. I think what I'm going to do is put the storage organization box I took down earlier and put that also in here with everything else because I know I'm not going to need that anytime soon because I got something else to hold my books in, which is really good. I don't want to ever kind of use this thing at all. So hopefully maybe somebody will want this. I will give this to them, and I'm really trying to figure out what I can put inside this bin because I'm not actually sure, but I'm going to move some stuff off this other bin and then actually clean up around that bin just so that all that is done. And then figure out if I'm going to put some books inside here, which I probably will put some books inside this bin because I don't really like the way that I actually put the books in the bookcase. So some of those books are going to go inside here. Then have a lot of stuff on my couch that I need to move to somewhere else to get it off my couch and clear space on my couch. Like my Xbox One that's there that I'm going to actually move into my bedroom because I have moved the entertainment center in there as well. So it's going to be a great place to put that. I also have a TV in there that I'm going to put on top of that entertainment center. And then all this other random stuff that I have on the couch right now, I'm actually going to take this stuff and move it to somewhere else and then figure out what I want to do with that stuff as well because it just doesn't need to be on my couch. And I'm really rearranging and resetting my apartment. So I'm trying to get everything in some kind of place where I can really decide, is it something I need to keep? Is it something that needs to go away that I don't really need anymore? And now it's back to more general cleaning where I'm just going to go around and pick up stuff that doesn't belong on the floor or on the couch because I want to make sure that those things are not cluttered and I have all the space that I can get. And it's going to make it look more organized if those things are not on the floor and not on the couch. And it doesn't matter if I'm going to actually donate these things or just get rid of them, give them away, or whatever. I just want to get them somewhere else, either the place where they belong or somewhere where I can put them and organize them later, but it won't be in my living room on the floor, on the couch where it does not belong. It will be in a place to where I can look back at my living room and decide what I want to do without having to figure out where all this other stuff is actually going to go. As you see, I'm still kind of picking up stuff and taking it to someplace else whether it's in my bedroom to where I know that it goes, or whether it's just in a doom box. And I do have this weight on the living room floor that I actually really need to get rid of. I do work out sometimes in my living room, but I do have a gym membership as well. So I usually go to the gym. I haven't been working out in my living room as much now, so I can actually move this weight to somewhere else. And then it's out of the living room floor. And then this box right here, I can actually pick that up and move it to wherever it needs to go just to get it off my living room floor and make sure that it is actual has space and looks more clean and more organized without having everything on the floor like it was. And when I first got to my apartment, I actually needed this board that I'm actually going to move right now, but I don't need it anymore. So I am going to put it somewhere to get rid of it and declutter it later, but at least get it out of the floor so it's not taking up space there. And then I'm actually going to start sweeping and get up all the other mess off the floor and put all the stuff that I sweep up in the trash as well. I'm even going to actually sweep under the rug that I have here. And that way I make sure I'm not missing anything just because it's under the rug or covered by something else. I want to make sure I get all that mess up and vacuumed and swept up so that my apartment again is clean and not having all the trash on the floor and everything. And I'm going to lift this couch cushion up and check under it just to make sure there's nothing else here under the couch cushion. I do have an ottoman and couch cushion kind of combo. And so that ottoman actually sits a little bit away from the couch, and then the couch cushion rests on that. And then the rest of the couch, the cushions are actually a lot smaller. And so what I'm going to do is make sure that anything in my couch under the couch cushions is swept out and onto the actual floor here, because when I get ready to vacuum, then I'll just vacuum up the whole floor. And I'll also vacuum under the couch cushions as well to make sure I get all the remaining stuff I cannot sweep up out of the couch cushion or under the couch. And there's quite a bit of stuff on this floor, and you may be wondering why I'm using a broom on the floor, because it wouldn't be easier just to vacuum stuff up. But sometimes the stuff that's on the floor is just too big to actually go into a vacuum. So using a broom is one way to do it. You can just pick up stuff with your hands if you want to do that as well. But I like to use a broom because I can get more done just by using a broom. There are a lot of different options to get stuff up off the floor, but this is just what I have as an option right now. And now I'm going to vacuum the living room and get everything up off the floor that does not belong there, whether it's food or paper or whatever it is that might be on my floor. I'm going to vacuum it all up to make my floor look nice again. And now what I'm going to do is actually put stuff back in the way it's supposed to be with my couch so that I have everything in order. I'm actually going to vacuum the piece under the couch cushion as well, just to make sure no particles or anything like that is still in that area, and make sure that it's clean before I actually put the couch cushion back on this thing, because I don't want to get anything on the couch cushion from the underside of it as well. And to make sure that it's just clean, and that when I put it back on here, that there's not going to be anything under the couch, under the cushion. And now I'm going to finish up vacuuming the floor, making sure that the floor looks nice and all vacuumed and everything. And I've actually not missed a spot when I'm going around and doing all the vacuuming, to make sure that when I look back and see everything I've actually moved and rearranged and reset and everything, that the floor is looking nice as well, and not just everything that's organized. And sometimes I really think about how long does it take you to vacuum your home? If you have an apartment, how long does it take you to vacuum your apartment or your living room? Just really kind of wondering how long it takes everybody to actually do this. You can see right now I'm doing it in real time on the screen, how long it actually takes me to actually finish this room. But I'm wondering how long it actually takes you to finish a room when you're vacuuming and everything, and how you vacuum. Also, do you like vacuuming straight lines, or do you move around and vacuum in different areas or anything like that? I'm just wondering how you actually do your vacuuming in the home, because when I vacuum, you can see right now that I'm just making sure that I got all the vacuuming done for every place in my living room. And here's what it looks like when it's all finished, everything organized, everything cleaned, and the floor vacuumed, and everything like that. This is the finished result of that. And I think it looks really good. And I'm really proud of the fact that I was able to get this room from the state that it was in to this organized state that it's in now.